Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Tom LaHood. I'm part of the Minnesota chapter for SCORE, looking after Minnesota and, Sarasota and Manatee counties. Pleased to be with you today. I'm part of the education committee that creates these webinars and also would like to welcome our speakers today, Boyd Karren and Carol Guevara. In a moment, I'll introduce them and then turn over the presentation to Boyd to take us through this webinar. But first, a few words to share with you. If you've never been to one of our webinars, there'll be an opportunity to participate by asking questions using the chat window. This way, you'll be able to interface and interact with our speakers today. Also, for those of you who have joined, you will also receive a link to the replay. So in case you'd like to revisit this webinar in the future, you can listen to it. And we'll also send you a copy of the presentation deck. In case you have not worked with a SCORE mentor before or have not worked with SCORE at all, a brief overview for you. SCORE has been around for more than 60 years. We are a national organization that is not for profit with one very important mission, which is to provide small businesses with free, confidential business mentoring and business educational services. Our chapter, looking after Sarasota and Manatee counties, has also maintained that mission. We work very closely with our business community, and we support them through the help of more than 90 volunteers who give of their time and energy and effort and experience. And they've been doing that for the past 15 years. Our chapter also has been recognized as a National Chapter of the Year for mid-sized markets. A few also details I'd like to share with you is if you're not familiar with SCORE, you may think that SCORE is only going to help you with one small part of your business journey. In fact, we are, I would say, more resourceful than that. We can help you with almost any part of your business journey, from the initial startup phases of you just simply drafting your business plan all the way to you selling and exiting your business. So whether you're looking to grow your business, whether you're looking to hire more employees, whether you're looking to scale your product and expand, we are here to help you figure this out and work on a plan to succeed. And also, this is very important to mention, without the help of those sponsors, it would be very difficult for SCORE to make those services available to you. So we'd like to take a moment to recognize and also thank those sponsors you see on the screen. Some of them are very local to our community. They are part of who we work with almost every day. So we're grateful for their support in many ways, including helping us sometimes organize webinars, educational webinars, and also other forms of webinars. And finally, if you're interested and you're not certain yet, if you're debating whether you should engage with SCORE or not, if you're not certain, please reach out. Let us know what is on your mind, what type of business are you looking to pursue, or if you already have an established business, what are some of the challenges you are facing? You can go to our website, score.org/Minnesota. You see that on the screen, also on the upper right-hand corner, with our phone number. In case you need to reach out, you can fill out a form to request an intake, very brief discussion with a mentor to determine how we can assist you and how we can help you go forward. So in a moment, I'll yield over to Boyd for the presentation. But first, I'd like to share with you a bit of background about Boyd and his organization. Something I think is really important for you to know. And this is not his first time helping us present a webinar to SCORE. Boyd is what I would call a serial entrepreneur who has started or purchased 8 different businesses in his career. And getting funding has always been the do or die part of every deal. The last time he was told no by a bank, he took it personally and became a business loan broker and founded OTRO Financial with the purpose of helping other entrepreneurs find the funding they need to get their dreams off the ground. Boyd earned his MBA from Indiana University, as well as a master's degree in global management from the Thunderbird School of Global Management. He speaks on multiple topics, including business funding, and he's helped us, as I mentioned in the past, with multiple webinars for SCORE and the Small Business Development Councils. Boyd, welcome once again to our webinar series. We appreciate the time and the effort you've allocated for us. Please take over. The presentation is yours now.
Thank you. My pleasure, Tom. Thank you to you and thank you to SCORE. I can't ever begin a presentation without thanking SCORE. Let me get my screen shared here. The fact that these are volunteers doing this for free, because they want to help is just amazing. I respect that. I appreciate that. I'm also a score um, um, client, I guess is the right word. I'm a score client out of the Space Coast score chapter here in Melbourne, where we are. And I've always appreciated the way that my mentor, Monty, has asked questions about my business and the way he's made me think about my business. And it's just so valuable. And so, it takes a special person to want to help others, but to volunteer your time the way that SCORE mentors do, it's amazing. And so, if you are a new client, you'll soon realize how awesome these mentors are. If you've been around the block, then you already know how awesome these mentors are. So it's really a privilege and it's really an honor to have our names and our business name associated with SCORE. Means a lot to us. All right, so this is how to create and leverage the power of business credit. This is probably the most important thing that business owners don't know about their business, and how to change the trajectory of their financing. I filmed a little promotional video last night, and I took a little more aggressive tone than I normally do. I'm normally very friendly and very inviting, and I just said, "Look, are you tired yet of begging the banks for money? Then come to this webinar today." And ended it by saying very sternly, "You're done begging for money." And you should be. If you pay attention here, take notes, and follow what we're about to show you, you will get to the point that the banks are chasing you with offers for no cost or low cost capital so you can run your business. The days of begging the banks for money will be over. So this is truly and literally a step-by-step guide to accessing an almost unlimited supply of free or cheap capital for your business. We are not selling anything. This is information that we know that others charge thousands of dollars for. We give it away because it's that important. We love it, and our clients need to improve their business credit as well. So this is our gift to you. So I want to point out that business credit operates under completely different rules than personal credit. Take what you know about personal credit and just throw it out the window because business credit is so different. But business credit can generate so much more funding and at such better rates than you could ever achieve with just your personal credit. So it's absolutely worthwhile to invest the time, the effort, and a little bit of money into building your business credit. And I went all crazy and highlighted here because this is our big promise. The big promise. If you follow all the steps of what we outlined today, you will, not maybe, right? But you will open the floodgates to an almost unlimited supply of inexpensive and or free or nearly free capital. We love cheap capital. We specialize in finding cheap capital for startup companies and those under 2 years old. That's the hardest time for a business to get money. But we love cheap capital and we know where to find it. And so we know that if you follow these rules, within a couple of years, you'll be basking in cheap capital. So this is your time to learn. So turn off the phone, set the dog out, close the door, whatever you have to do so you don't get interrupted here because this is important. So you're in the right place today. If you have an idea for a business or you've identified a business to start or want to buy, or maybe you already have a profitable business, or you need one that you have one that needs a little bit of help, right? You need capital to make that happen, and not just capital, but cheap capital.
Yes.
Cheap capital to make this happen. Okay. You want the business credit so that you can get the most capital, the best capital, and the least expensive capital. You're also in the right place today if you want to build business credit that is not connected to your social security number or your FICO score. That's big. When you get to that point that the banks are lending based on the performance of the business and not your personal numbers, that's a great place to be. You're in the right place if you want to access way more capital than you could ever get through your personal credit. And especially, Carol, you're in the right place if
You want banks bringing free capital offers to you.
I want them bringing free capital offers to me, so I'm glad
Yes.
I'm in the right place. Okay, so why am I the one talking about this today? As Tom mentioned, I've started or purchased 8 different businesses in my career, and yes, getting funding for them has always been the do or die part of every one. I became a business loan broker about 3 years ago so that I can help others find the funding they need to start or support or grow their businesses, especially after the banks have said no. We know that banks decline 80% of all business loan applicants, 90% if you're a startup.
Yeah.
Okay. So we specialize in finding money for startups and small businesses under 2 years old. Our little slogan is if the bank said no,
Call
call
Otro.
OTRO. That's us. OTRO is a Spanish word that means other or alternative. We're alternative lenders. So OTRO is our cute little Spanish name there. So um, we speak about this all over the Southeast. I've even gone off the screen now. I can see that with SCORE chapters and SBDC offices and county economic developments and chambers of commerce and such. This is hugely important, and people are waking up to that. And so we speak about this all over the Southeast, even though we're just right here in little Melbourne, Florida. So, since becoming a business loan broker, and this is why we're sharing this, I discovered truly the incredible power of business credit. It was unknown to me prior. I didn't know what it was. But now that I'm in the business, I can see how incredible business credit is. What we're going to share with you today is insider information. This is not known to the general public. This is really a good opportunity for you to learn. Now, smart business owners leverage business credit and good debt to generate wealth, and we're going to show you how they do it. But first, I want Carol to get a chance to introduce herself.
Thank you, thank you. My name is Carol Guevara. I am original from Colombia, and I started my own business when I became a mother, working in the largest e-commerce and digital payments platform in Latin America for more than 5 years. We were afraid of banks that will deny us, like most of us are starting a business, especially e-commerce, alone, and we take too much of a, or afraid of we take too much of a risk. So we invested from our own savings, even though we will have to like to invest more
Or, yeah.
or have that capital just in case, reserve there.
Mhm.
I help my sisters start their own e-commerce as well ventures. And we also borrow money from family members like my grandmother and other trusted individuals. So kind of the old-fashioned
The
way.
old-fashioned way, yeah.
Yes. I wanted to help and guide my oldest son in his future venture. Right now, he has his 3, 4 little businesses, and we're just trying to guide him and do the best that he can. Since now that he's only 15, so when he gets to that age of 21, 22, he's ready.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Right. So, why does any of this matter to you as a SCORE client? Because nearly every single business out there can benefit from additional funding. And we've seen in our time as business brokers here, we've seen that so many businesses get started with the owner's personal cash or credit cards, as Carol was just describing. So they had to use their own savings and borrow money from family. So many businesses start with their own savings and or credit cards. They get to the point they really can't grow anymore unless they get a new infusion of cash because they've spent all their money and or they've maxed out their credit cards and there's no more funding available. Their credit score starts going down. Now, if they had known about business credit and how to build it properly, they would not be in this situation. Okay?
Yes.
And that's what we're here to help you avoid is that problem where you've spent your money, you've spent your credit cards, you can't grow anymore. We're going to show you how business credit is superior to personal credit in every way. And here's the big promise again. When you build credit, business credit, the right way, and there is a right way, you can get the best possible deals, and the banks will start chasing you with offers for free or nearly free capital.
Capital.
Okay, we're not kidding. This is this is real. All right. So, Carol, give us a quick overview on what business credit actually is.
Absolutely. So, what is business credit? Okay, there's a credit that is tied to your business, existing or future.
Yep. Start a business tomorrow.
Mhm.
Use an existing business now.
Yeah. When is the
Whatever.
right time to start a business?
Right now,
Yes.
30 years ago.
The business entity qualifies for funding and credit. It is not tied to your social security number or your FICO score, or no personal guarantees needed. So this is great because it just separates
Absolutely.
from
From the person.
your personal stuff. So credit and funding is based on the business ability to pay, not yours.
That is a great place to get to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We were on a training a few weeks ago, and on the legal side also, this is like really a
Huge.
peace of mind
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Peace and mind.
Yeah. So the things you can do with business credit far exceeded what you can do with personal credit. We see it every day with our
We
clients.
do. Yep. And we're going to say this a few times here before we actually show you what you can do with it.
Yeah.
But we just want to help you understand it is different. So let me explain how business credit is different than personal credit. And I'll begin by talking about your personal credit. Everybody has a personal credit score. There's three major bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, that constantly track every transaction, every payment, everything that you're doing, every application that you do with your credit. And so your personal credit score itself is comprised of these seven different factors.
Mhm.
Number one, what type of credit are you using? Mortgage credit is considered the best. It's backed by a house, right? It's a very safe investment. Student loans, they're okay. Car loans, yeah, and credit cards are the worst kind of credit that you want to have, personally. So they kind of go in order there, from mortgages to credit cards. They also look at how much money you have already borrowed or how much you're borrowing right now. And then how long ago you borrowed that money. If I took out a personal term loan, a 5-year term loan 4 years ago, I'm almost done with my term loan, and that looks much better than if I just started my term loan and I got 5 years ahead of me to pay this term loan. So how long ago you borrowed the money matters. How much of your existing credit are you using right now?
Oh,
If you're
super
using all of it, good luck, you're not getting any more, right?
important.
If you're only using part of it, that's good. There's a lot of available credit. And we've even seen people have problems because they're not borrowing enough. They're using their
Enough.
credit often enough.
Yes.
So how much of your existing credit you're using right now also factors into this.
Super important.
How good or bad your payment history is. You want a good payment history, right? What's the worst thing to be late on?
Oh, your house,
Your
your
mortgage.
mortgage.
Yep, la
Yeah.
hipoteca. The mortgage payment is the worst thing to be late on,
Mhm.
okay? I mean, it's bad to be late on all of them, but that's the worst, okay? How often you ask to borrow money or use credit is another factor that works into your score. And then how recently you asked for credit or to borrow money, okay? It's our opinions, we share this opinion that the personal credit bureaus are just waiting to punish you. You want to use credit? Ding, right? You
Mhm.
apply for credit? Ding.
You're
You
asking
get
too
credit? Ding.
much.
You pay off your loan? Ding, right? We learned that this morning in a conversation with a credit coach. When you pay off your loan, your score drops by a little bit because that commitment is now off of your record. They just can't wait to punish you. And you've probably felt
Yeah.
like that, right? You can't win. It is they're just out to get you. So I mentioned Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion.
Mhm.
Now, here's our first big secret. A personal credit score of 700 or higher is desirable, generally sufficient. Okay, if you're above 700, you're going to get the better terms on car loans, mortgages, car insurance premiums, all the things you're going to pay for. 700 or higher is good enough.
Mhm.
If the perfect is an 850, if
Mhm.
I'm at an 849, I don't have to worry, close enough, right?
Yeah.
That's what most people think. It got to be 800, 800, 800. If you're over 700, pat yourself on the back. Yay, good for you. You're going to be just fine.
Keep it like that.
Yeah, keep it that way. Don't go lower,
Yeah.
but keep it at 700. So now business credit is completely different than personal credit. Now you're going to recognize some names here in that there's three bureaus who crunch your business credit numbers, and all they do is add business to their name. I love it. Equifax Business, Experian Business, and then the big player is Dun and Bradstreet. Now think about how a credit inquiry on your personal credit report hurts your score. You go apply for a loan, for a car loan, right? And they're going to put 3 inquiries on your record just like that. That hurts your score.
Absolutely.
Okay. But if I'm going in with business credit to purchase a vehicle or lease a vehicle, that credit inquiry is a positive thing because it says, oh, this guy's looking to use his business credit. It's the complete opposite of the personal world.
Mhm.
So, and then think about, Carol, if you had a high credit card utilization, let's say you've got 85% of your available credit being used right now, that hurts your score.
Absolutely.
Absolutely hurts your score. But with a business credit card, if I've got 85% of my limit being used, they're like, great.
Do you want more?
Why not use it all?
Yeah.
You want another card? They reward you for inquiries. They reward you for using it. You just have to make your payments on time. Actually, early. We'll get into that here.
Yes.
You just have to make your payments on time or early, and you'll enjoy a high business credit score. And the things you can do with a high business credit score. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, it's still coming. So, Carol, explain to us what's the difference between good debt and bad debt? Because we have Dave Ramsey out there telling people
Yeah.
don't get any kind of debt whatsoever. And you got Guy Kawasaki saying, well, there are some things that you should go into debt for. And we have our opinions about that. So share what we think
Yes.
about this question.
Absolutely, and I love this because it's super important for the new business owners or the ones who are thinking on having a new business. So bad debt is money borrowed to pay for liabilities, things that cost you money but do not generate revenue for you. For
Things that
example,
cost you money
yeah,
but do not generate revenue.
no.
That's a liability. That's a bad debt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cars, personal, necessary, but yes, as soon as you take it out from the dealer, it's
Yeah,
just
loses value,
yeah,
but it's not generating revenue for you.
no,
Now, if you were an Uber driver, you could offset some of that. So
yeah,
it could be a good debt,
yes.
but okay, generally cars are bad debt.
Or you have cars that you can rent for, for people, for travelers. Excellent.
Mhm.
Credit card purchases or spending. Nope, just
Yeah, your credit card balance is a liability,
yes,
right? Yeah,
absolutely. You just have to pay it back.
yep,
It's not generating any revenue.
nothing.
Vacations,
Mm,
we love those,
Love
but same
vacations,
thing is well deserved, but
but it does
doesn't.
not generate revenue. No.
No, unless you have, of course, like my mother-in-law, a travel agency, but yeah.
Okay.
Your home,
Ooh,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
you get a lot of arguments about a home.
Yeah.
But a home does not generate revenue. It will increase in value over time, but it's not generating revenue. So we argue a home is technically considered bad debt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But
Yeah.
what about good debt?
So good debt is money borrowed to purchase and then is generating revenue assets like
A,
creating a
a
business.
business. Yeah.
Yes, having a business. Scaling your business.
Yeah.
Rental properties or real estate. We
Yep.
were talking about that in our last episode that just came on Friday.
Yeah, that's
It's
Friday.
all about real estate, like rental properties. That's one of the best ways to generate
Absolutely.
wealth.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. And then revenue generating investments.
Stock purchases,
Yeah.
mutual funds, bond purchases, all sorts of things. And generally you don't want to go into debt to buy those things. You don't want to go into debt to invest in the stock market. But if you're buying a business, it's probably going to cost more than you have on hand. If you're buying a rental property, you probably need to get a loan to purchase that, right? But that's good debt because what you're buying is generating more money for you. And it's going to cover your loan and it's going to pay you more.
Absolutely.
So good debt and bad debt. If it's generating revenue for you, it's considered a good debt. Okay, so what can you do with business credit? Once you get your business credit established, here's the key. You use other people's money to build wealth for yourself. Okay, when you have business credit, you're using other people's money, you're leveraging other people's money, you're borrowing their money. You're not using yours, you're borrowing their money to do certain things, such as
Pay off bad or personal debt related with to starting a business
that's right.
credit to do first. Then we see this every day.
Mhm.
Out of our 10 clients, we have to maybe one, two, or three have to do this first.
Yep, yep.
So very common.
As we mentioned earlier, they go into the hole.
Yeah.
They spend all their money, they max out their credit card starting their business, okay? If they get their business credit established correctly, they'll have other people's money then to pay themselves back, make themselves whole, and they're not painted into that corner that they otherwise are.
Yes.
Okay?
The second one is invest in yourself.
Yeah, go back to school, get another degree, get a technical certificate, whatever you need to increase your ability to generate what?
Yeah.
Revenue, right?
Pay yourself your salary.
Yes.
Maybe just starting small and then you start scaling your salary. The third one, build or grow a
Real estate,
yes or investment portfolio.
Yeah.
So
just take that money again.
yeah.
Let's borrow money. This is capitalism. We're borrowing capital from somebody else who has it. We're paying them a fee. We're using that money to buy real estate property or to invest, buy a restaurant, buy a building, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Or number 4,
buy or start a new business.
that's my favorite thing to do.
Yes.
I start businesses when I'm bored on the weekend. So start new businesses. Yep.
Yeah.
You can use other people's money to fund the launch of your business.
And I love because I was always so scared, like, okay, we're kind of going on a recession. No, people start businesses if the economy is well or
Yep.
if the economy is not well.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
People are always wanting to start new businesses.
Yes.
We always want more revenue for our families. Yep.
Excellent. Okay, begin to lending to others.
Yeah.
You've done it a couple times.
Yep. I'm getting into that world now myself, where you can borrow money. Okay, let's get crazy here. You borrow $100,000 at 0% interest for a year. You loan it out to somebody else at 5%, 6%, 10%. You're making money.
Of course.
You're making money that is money that's generating revenue for you.
And then grow or scale your existing business.
Yep.
Super important.
Get a cash injection, get some new credit, and expand your business. Maybe need a new truck. Maybe the restaurant needs a new freezer, a new POS system. Your delivery company needs a new van, whatever. Let's grow and scale, right? And you can do that with business credit and not just pinching your pennies and seeing if you can save up and afford to buy another van. With the business credit, the money's going to be there to get what you need to grow and scale. Okay. So let's talk about getting business credit established, because you have to get it established correctly before you can grow it, obviously, right? So from a foundational standpoint, there's 3 numbers you have to know. Your employer identification number, also referred to as your federal employer identification number, or just your tax number. And that number is issued by the IRS for free. You log into irs.gov, you say, I'm starting a new business, I need a number. It will generate a PDF for you, and boom, there's your business name, number, everything right there, okay? The next thing you'll want to get is your Experian BIN number, which stands for Business Identification Number. You'll want that from Experian, and then from Dun & Bradstreet, or at least called the DUNS number. And by the way, when you have your DUNS number, you're going to have a score. It's called a Paydex score. We'll talk about that in a minute. A score of 80 or higher is desirable. This is on a scale of 0 to 100. With your personal credit score, you want a 700 or higher. With the DUNS number for business, you want an 80 or higher. No one's going to turn you down if you have an 80 or higher. Well, I guess it's extremely unlikely that anybody would ever turn you down if you have an 80 or higher.
Absolutely.
Okay. You want to talk about getting ready then, how to create the business credit?
Absolutely. And this is a step by step. So if you want
Take
to
a picture, yeah, good, great, Carol. Take a picture of the
Mhm.
screen. This is important. If you skip or kind of halfway do one of these steps or omit it, it is going to have a negative effect on your ability to create and grow the credit. So please do it in this order.
Yes. And I want to take this opportunity to also give a big shout out to our mentors of the score
Yes.
in Minnesota and Orlando and all over United States. Because if you need help, if this is too overwhelming for you because you're just starting a new business, They can help you
Absolutely.
with each of the steps for free. These people there's been experienced, most of them retires, they already have their business, they already succeed on those, and so they're ready
Yep.
to help with their experience. So I just love that we have this type of resources as
Yes.
new entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs that needs help. So get your EIN, or
Yep.
like you said,
Tax number, the employer
yes,
number.
employer identification number, and register your business in your state or state of choice. Boyd has a great advice here since his experience.
You don't have to incorporate your business in the state where you live.
Exactly.
If you're in a state that rhymes with New York or California, for example, or Illinois, they are terrible for business. States like Florida, Texas, Utah, in particular, make it so easy from reporting, from revenue, from tax standpoint. You could be in one state and you can register your business in another state. You're called a foreign entity, and it's perfectly legal and perfectly fine. So choose the state, do a little research, choose the state in which you want to incorporate, go to their Secretary of State website and incorporate. For example, with Utah and Texas and even Florida, if I remember right, you have to complete, if you're going to do an LLC, a limited liability corporation, you have to create what are called articles of incorporation. Doesn't that sound heavy and
Beautiful.
intimidating?
No,
Right?
that sounds good.
Articles of incorporation. But you go in there and here comes a fill in the blank. Oh, who are the owners? Me, my wife. Okay, what's your address? Here's my address. How much do you each own? 50%, 50%. Done. Click, and it prints out with this nice seal on it, articles, and you're done. It's just a fill in the blank document, and they make it so easy. So again, Utah is great. Texas is great. Florida is great. I'm sure there's some others, but those are the three where I have the most experience in starting businesses, and they make it easy. And we
Easy.
want easy and cheap for starting businesses. Okay.
Yeah.
So choose your state and getting you'll need if you go one more thing. For example, OTRO is technically was founded in Texas and we later moved to Florida, but we're still registered in Texas. But I don't have an office in Texas. So my legal mail goes to what's called a registered agent in Austin. Or if I ever get any kind of renewal mail or anything like that, they'll send it to me here in Florida. But you'll just want a registered agent, and they can be anywhere from 25 to $100 a year just to have that address in the state of your choice. So easy. Pick the state that's going to give you the easiest time on your taxes and reporting, and run with that.
Yes, excellent. The second one, open a business bank account. Do not mix it with your personal funds. Please. We've seen this every day, and it just speaks trouble because it just gets confusing and you don't want to really damage your personal credit combining with your business.
Keep them separate.
Yes, absolutely. The third one, get a domain name and set up a website. This is so important because those bureaus are going to be looking at you as soon as you, create your business identification number, and they're going to be like, okay, is this serious?
Yeah. If I'm asking for credit and you go look at my website and there's nothing there, you're gonna be like, okay, how serious are these guys? Even if I'm not an e-commerce company, doesn't matter. You still need to have some kind of a presence just as social proof.
Absolutely.
Okay, so get a simple website. It doesn't have to be expensive or fancy, but the credit bureaus need to see that you're there when they look for you.
And nowadays with the technology, how it is you just ask ChatGPT and you're gonna have
Make me a website. Yeah.
so many options. Set up your business email with your business domain.
Yep.
No, like for example, otro@gmail.com. No, like we are Carol at otrofinancial.com and Boyd at otrofinancial.com.
This is a big one. Now, this is sometimes intimidating and confusing to somebody who hasn't done it before. Where do I buy a domain name? How do I set up an email address with my domain name? I can recommend Squarespace and GoDaddy, both as good sources to go buy a domain name. And then they have easy step-by-step instructions that tell you how to get your business domain set up. I prefer Squarespace because it works through Google Mail instead of GoDaddy goes through Microsoft and Outlook. I think Google's easier and cheaper. And if you need help, go on Fiverr.com. For $10, you can have somebody
Doing it.
set it up for you. But you cannot be a serious business if you have a gmail.com address. You've got to have your business domain name as your domain.
Yes, super important.
From the point of view of the credit bureaus.
Yeah. So the fifth one, set up a real business phone number. And like we told you before, now there are so many applications on the phone that you can also alternate, have a different one. You look on ChatGPT, you're going to find options also where you can do it. So try to separate those.
Yeah, you don't want something like Cricket or Google Voice. That's obviously it's an add-on. You want a real number.
Yes. Yes. 6, register your Duns and Bradstreet number. It is free.
Yep.
And it's super important because this is one of the most important bureaus for a business credit standpoint. So you need that one. And then 7th and last one, list your business online directories for free. There's so many now, like
Find them all.
yes, yes.
Get listed. Chamber of Commerce. Yellow Pages is still around, actually, believe it or not. City directories, trade magazines. Again, you can go on Fiverr.com and pay somebody $10-20 to get you listed on 200 online directories. The more, the better. But you have to be there because when Dun & Bradstreet goes to look for your business
It's gonna look
and
all
they can't find you, that's going to hurt. If Chase Bank, you've asked Chase Bank for $100,000 and they can't find you, they're not going to give you the money.
Plus, you want your clients, future clients, to find you everywhere. And
You
now
want to be
with
found.
this generation, they're just quick look and they can find you. So this is easy for you.
Yep. So then, and take a picture of this one if you want to. You got to make sure now that this new business is registered with all 3 business credit bureaus. And this is where you might have to spend a couple dollars. Equifax Business, very important. You have to buy something from them in order to get registered. That might be an annual credit monitoring program or a one-time credit report or something. There's really nothing you can do about it. So just pay the money and get registered with Equifax Business. Okay. Then go to Experian and get that number from them. Each one of these guys is going to give you their own number. But same thing with Experian. Go get signed up with Experian, get your number from Experian, buy the business report or the credit monitoring or whatever. But just you have to have it. And then if you haven't already, get that 9-digit DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. Now, I want to point out, if you log into Equifax or Experian Business for the first time, you will see they already have a report on you. Because every day they have the bots out there scraping the Secretary of State websites. And as soon as somebody opens a business, they're on it. They create a file, and there may not be anything in that file, but they have the file. Okay? So when you find yourself, you get that new number, you register with your state, you go to look at your score, and there's a negative score.
Don't panic.
Don't freak out. That doesn't mean you have a negative credit score. All it means, there's no information about you yet. That's all it means. There has not been enough reportable action on your business. So chill. It's okay. All right. Now, we're coming to the most important part of this webinar. This is the secret that's going to grow your credit so fast that you're going to start getting these offers. So to earn a positive Paydex score, and that's the Dun & Bradstreet's name, is the Paydex. To earn a positive Paydex score, you need to establish and properly maintain several trade lines with vendors who report to Dun & Bradstreet or Equifax or Experian. But again, Dun & Bradstreet is the big dog in the room here.
Yes.
So get your cameras out. Okay. Trade lines. Karen, do you want to explain what trade lines are?
Yes, and we're starting to get into the
This is the big stuff now.
Yeah. So trainers are pay later accounts set up with vendors who report your payment or activity to Dun & Bradstreet.
Yep.
So this is super important because they're tied together.
Yep.
To properly build your business credit, you must choose the right vendors.
That's the key.
Only about 3% of those vendors report to Dun & Bradstreet.
Ridiculously small number of companies who report to Dun & Bradstreet, but that gives Dun and Bradstreet incredible control over
Yeah.
your score.
But you will be surprised that when we start mentioning them, you already are using most of
Probably.
them
Yeah.
or some of them.
Yeah.
And whenever possible, you want to do business with those vendors to report to Dun and Bradstreet.
What if that vendor costs a little bit more than someone else?
Well,
I still want them because they
you-
reported Dun and Bradstreet.
as I always say, you need to always think about the cost versus
The benefit.
benefit.
But getting
Yes,
that business credit score established and grown and
the
strengthened.
most important.
So even if some vendor is going to charge less, if they don't report to Dun and Bradstreet, I'm
Go.
going with the guys who report to Dun and Bradstreet because long term it's going to help me more than whatever amount of money I'm going to save if I don't.
Yes. Specifically, you want to create a new pay later commercial accounts with your 5 or stage 1 vendors
Stage one.
who reports to Dun and Bradstreet.
Yep.
So these companies will typically grant net 30 terms to anybody who asks.
Yep.
So it is the best place to start,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yep, absolutely.
You don't require that you already have a DUNS number, but we highly recommend you do
Get
it
it.
before because then you start right away gaining points.
Yep.
But you be smart to get it ahead of time and you share it with them.
Yep.
Since reporting to your DUNS number, it is the
It's the whole point of everything. So get your DUNS number. Stage one vendors will grant net 30 terms to anybody who asks. Okay. So that's easy. That's instant, free, available credit, but it doesn't matter unless you give them your DUNS number so they can report your payment activity. Okay. Now, some of these people on the stage one vendors, some of them will charge you an annual membership fee. Others don't. So it's up to you to go with whoever you want to do. But again, I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Cost sources.
Spend a little bit more if you have to because you want that business credit, and we'll show you later why. You can do so much more with it. Okay.
Yes.
So tier one,
Yeah.
vendors who report to Dun and Bradstreet. Take your cameras out, take a picture of this. You've probably heard of many of them.
Yes, and I want you to read a look at them because I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with some of them or most of them when you're already using some of them.
Yes.
So these vendors are ideal for new businesses starting to build their Dun and Bradstreet profile.
Yep.
And they have net 30 accounts, available to easy approval. So
Automatically granted.
yeah,
Just
so
have to ask.
Uline. This one is pretty common. You've seen, I always see it when I'm driving on I-95, the truck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So shipping supplies, packaging materials, warehouse equipment, janitorial products.
Shelving.
Is that the
whatever.
one that
It's
you
huge.
said? Oh no, quill, best paper,
Oh yeah, but
toilet paper.
Uline has the catalog this thick
Mhm.
that my daughter loves to look through when she comes home from college. Is the Uline catalog here? Because she just loves to flip through it.
So many options.
Now a lot of people will say, "Well, I'm already working with Uline." Okay, stop. Call them and ask for net 30. When we get your Dun and Bradstreet number, then call and ask for net 30, and it's going to do better than just, "Well, I'm already on a deal with them." And make sure you got your Dun and Bradstreet number on record.
Just like, okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So, it reports to Dun and Bradstreet, so great.
Yep.
Amsterdam printing. So, like the name say, it's just all about office supplies, printing, all that you need for your company.
Letterhead, business cards, envelopes,
Marketing.
invoices, internal forms, marketing, whatever you would need printed. Amsterdam Printing gives you net 30 terms by asking, and they report to Dun and Bradstreet. What more do you want?
Excellent. Creative analytics. This one is more.
It's more website monitoring traffic and which pages people go to when they come in, and that's helpful if you have an online business and you really need to know that. But again, it's kind of like Google Analytics, just a little bit lighter. But again, they'll grant you net 30, and they report to Dun and Bradstreet.
Excellent. E-promos, the same. If you need marketing, promotional, they do that, especially online for if you're working also on expanding your clients electronically as well. This is a great.
So they'll do mouse pads and pens and all the things you give away at trade shows and little notepads for taking down notes and all that kind of stuff. E-promos will do.
Awesome.
Yep.
BNS Sports. Oh, if you have all the sports, teams, all the supplies for them.
T-shirts,
Yes.
duffel bags, hoodies.
Competitive sports, all the kinds of things that they need for their supplies.
And that could even be polo shirts, for your oil change team. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be your sports team, but it's sporting goods, sporting
Mhm.
gear. Again, they issue net 30 terms and they report to Dun& Bradstreet.
So have it there for your crew if you have also your employees and they need those shirts. Great.
Yep.
Office virtual offices. I love this idea because then if you want to have the services of a virtual office, they can do it for you.
Yep, co-working space, rent a conference room for the day kind of space, or that registered agent I mentioned in Texas we have. It's a similar idea there with the virtual offices. They give you net 30 terms and they report to Dun& Bradstreet.
Right. Nowadays, there are so many people using this ones that they just working at home, but they just need sometimes to do this
Need a
kind.
client
Yeah,
at your office instead of at home.
just rent it a few times a month and it's even cheaper.
Yeah.
Crown office supplies, kind of the same thing. Just
Staples,
yes,
very similar to Staples.
everything for the office, products, and shipping supplies and packaging materials, all that.
Yep.
Mhm. Granger, I think we're super familiar with this one, is industrial supplies, safety equipment, tools, motors.
Hard hats,
Yeah.
safety gloves, all those kinds of things.
So
Granger.
this one also reports to Dun& Bradstreet. So
Yep.
great, because then you're going to have your points there for your paydex.
Yep.
So much needed.
Yep.
Quill.
Quill is like
You're
Amazon.
the
I know.
Quill.
I love Quill. Quill is they're kind of crazy. They have everything. Everything you could possibly want to buy, they have. It's like Amazon. But and I like to joke, but it's true. They have the best copy paper and the best toilet paper, and they deliver next day.
Yeah.
So we're big fans of Quill. We order a lot through Quill.
Yeah, so other kinds of office supplies, electronics, cleaning products,
Everything.
and breaker items. So great, like
Yeah.
very good option there. And Shirley.
Shirtley, yep.
Same
Again,
thing, let's
yeah,
printing,
embroidered, screen printed shirts, jerseys, uniforms, whatever.
marketing.
Yeah, marketing materials, giveaway promo t-shirts, whatever it is. Again, if you're doing any of that kind of promotion or uniforms or anything like that at all, go with Shirtley because they'll give you net 30 terms and they'll report your activity to Dun& Bradstreet. Okay,
Absolutely. So use them.
so that's tier 1.
And this is not all. If you look online, they're gonna have more, but those are the
This
most,
is the meat and potatoes
yeah,
right here.
yeah, the most common, the most used, but
Mhm.
they have obviously more.
Yep. So a couple of tips here about using your trade line properly. You want to make consistent purchases from 3 or 4 of these vendors every month. And we really recommend that these be things you're already buying. Don't start inventing expenses for your business, right? 50 to $100 a month. I mean, that'll cover copy paper, toilet paper,
Office supplies.
office supplies, pens, whatever. Okay, that ought to cover it. And then here's our secret hack. Pay your bill 10 days early, 10 days before the due date. They love that. Don't pay it on time, don't pay it late, but pay it 10 days early. After 3 or 4 months, 3 or 4 billing cycles go by, you're going to see your paydex score turn positive, and then you've laid the foundation for the next stage of building business credit. Okay. Now, if you really want to, you can go to nav.com and do a subscription, and you'll be able to watch your credit score improve. I can't do that every day. I can't go back and check every day, but it's there if you want it. But I'd rather just look at it monthly and say, okay, how are we doing? So the existence of tier 1 would indicate the existence of tier 2, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, so there's tier 2. So once you've done this for 3 or 4 months with tier 1, then you're ready for tier 2. Ready for tier 2?
I am ready.
Here we go. Looking ahead to stage 2. So with stage 2 and stage 3, we're calling these next level vendors because they report to Dun& Bradstreet and they require that you have a Dun & Bradstreet number and you have to have a minimum paydex score of 80 in order to get a trade line with them. So you can see the progression here. With stage one, they'll take anybody, just tell them your number. Buy
Mhm.
consistently, pay early, and after 3 or 4 months, you'll have a score of 80, and now
Mhm.
you can graduate to stage two. You can't start at stage two or stage three. You have to start at stage one to do this right. So with a minimum paydex score of 80 now, you're ready to go to stage two vendors.
Mhm.
And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to buy things we're already buying, maybe a little bit more money every single month, and we're going to pay them off 10 days early. And it's going to take 3 to 6 months to get that scoring happening within your credit report, and then you're ready for stage three. But let us show you stage two vendors.
Yes.
And these definitely are very familiar to most people.
Oh yes. Like who like is not always working on a project at home that needs some of this one. So
Yeah.
absolutely. So Lowe's,
Yeah.
we know that is a huge, huge company that has everything for renovations, home, decorations, home improvement. Oh, it's huge one. And Home Depot, they're kind of competition there. So we'll have those as well, their lineup. So great options. I know most of us are using those already, so use them more.
But if you've got terms with them and they're reporting to Dun& Bradstreet,
Mhm.
that's what you want.
Yes, absolutely.
So let me mention Amazon corporate credit. I mean,
Mhm.
Amazon.com is huge, like the world's largest retailer. They have a business division called Amazon Corporate Credit.
Mhm.
And so if you have an 80 paydex score, you can get an account with Amazon Corporate Credit. They'll
Mhm.
mail everything, like same day or next day delivery usually, and that will continue to benefit you.
Absolutely. Office Depot, all the office supplies,
Staples,
electronics,
yeah, I
yes.
mean, these are the big boys.
Yes, all that you need for your office, and electronics, computer, everything that you need to stack up your office. That's great. Even if networking and you need those promo
Yeah,
supplies, they'll
yeah,
have it there.
yep.
Best Buy, the same, great in technology and all the things
Yeah.
that
What do you need for your business? Laptops, mice, routers, printers, microphones. I mean, whatever it is you need,
is there.
get it at Best Buy
Yeah.
because you can get terms and they'll report to Dun& Bradstreet.
Absolutely. Sam's Club is one of my favorites. From gas to all that you need for your home and for groceries. So we already using it. And if you have a big family or a small family, you can still use it a lot. I
Sure.
just it's wonderful. You always say like, why don't they have here Costco?
I don't know why Costco's not on there. But they do pretty well anyway.
Yes. Advanced auto parts, like if you are on the transportation industry in your business, this is great for you to
Get your
use it.
stuff from
Yes.
Advance.
Even if you
Yep.
have your restaurant and you have cars, trucks, you like one of
Yep.
your businesses was.
Too many trucks.
Yes. Uh-huh. So great. Advanced Auto Parts is great, and good supply for all that you need.
Yep.
Northern Tool and
Hardware,
Mhm.
tools, wrenches. I mean, whatever kind of tool you need to get the job done, they accept. You give them the Dun& Bradstreet number, they report to Dun& Bradstreet. So it's going to
Mhm.
benefit your business credit to do business with
Mhm.
them, even
Yeah.
if somebody else might be a little bit cheaper.
Uh-huh. Perfect. And Exxon, like
Exxon.
yes.
And I actually did a little bit of digging, and it's not just
Exxon.
Exxon, it's Texaco, Chevron. Essentially, any major oil company
Great.
is also going to have, they're going to be a tier two vendor for you. So if you're running any kind of a fleet, you've got multiple vehicles, you're paying for fuel, make sure those purchases are benefiting your business credit score. Okay. So you just go online. You want a business account manager, and that's who can take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So looking ahead to stage three, when you get to stage three, this is after asking the vendors in stage one and stage two for credit line increases every 6 months and paying them off 10 days early and making these regular purchases. Okay. So after you've done that for about 6 months, stage one and two, start applying for loans and lines of credit using only your employer number, not your social
Yeah.
security number. Okay. We want to see if we can start getting you approved that quickly just based on the strength of the business. And it's great when that comes, when that happens. They may not approve them that quickly, but start asking at that point. Okay. It may take longer, but sometimes it can happen this quickly. Then when you're ready for stage 3, let us know, and we'll share the names with you of the specific banks and the specific credit products that they have that are normally not made known to the general public. If you know In-N-Out hamburgers, you know there's a secret menu. If you don't know there's a secret menu, you don't know there's a secret menu, but there is. And they'll make that available to you. Now, when you get into stage 3, or as you start getting close to stage 3, this is when the free money offers start coming in. Don't be surprised. I mean, be happy. Don't be surprised. You'll start getting offers from banks to borrow maybe $100,000 at 0% interest for 12 months, 15 months, 21 months. They will just start mailing these offers to you because they see your paydex score. They're like, dang, this is a company that's got it going on. We need to be making some money with them, and they want you using their money. Instead of us going to the banks now and begging for money, the banks are going to be sending you these offers, asking you to use their money. It's a complete reversal of the situation, and it's awesome.
Yes.
So the floodgates open, and they start chasing you with offers for free or nearly free capital. So when you get an offer like this, I hinted at this earlier, $100,000 at 0% interest, you're in the free money club. Congratulations, the free money club. It sounds great. Take this money at 0%, put it into anything that pays more than 0%, and you're making money while you sleep. You're making money 24/7. I did not check what the risk-free rate was today. Last I saw was just under 4%. Those are treasury bills, 1-year treasury bills at 4%. That's the risk-free rate. You cannot lose money on a treasury bill. So the worst you can do is make approximately 4% on your money. Now put it into something else that's going to pay closer to 8 or 11 or who knows what. It's free money. After a year, you got your T-bill money, pay off that credit card, $100,000 you borrowed, do it again because you'll have a whole bunch more offers waiting for you. Just invest into anything that pays more than 0%, and you're making money. You're getting free money off of these offers that come from the banks. All right, we're almost out of time. This has been really fun today.
I know.
We're almost out of time. But in stage 3, if you are in stage 3, or once you get to stage 3, let us know, and we'll share with you which very well-known bank has a program that allows you to refinance your personal vehicle, transfer ownership of that vehicle to your business. So now it becomes a business vehicle, not yours. This immediately helps your personal debt to income ratio because you're removing a car payment from your personal monthly budget and transferring that liability to the business. So you instantly win just with that little trick, is knowing which bank will do that for you if you have sufficient business credit. I like this one a lot. The bonus know-how number 2. In stage 3, we can even teach you how to use business credit to buy up to 4 cars at once and place them out for local rental. They'll just be generating passive income for you. The numbers we've seen suggest that every car should generate $500 a month above its car payment. So 4 cars, $2,000 a month semi-passively. Not bad. Hello, Free Money Club, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good idea.
We can teach you how to use the business credit to pay yourself back for those initial expenses that you carried to start the business. Just keep very careful records, right? Just expect to be audited. And that's all we can tell you now. We're out of time anyway. But we can direct you to the curriculum that I went through, that I paid for, a lot of money that I paid for years ago, which, if followed properly, pays for itself many, many times over by generating better loan terms, free money. Let me go back to the big promise we made. If you follow the steps of what we outlined today, you will open the floodgates to an almost unlimited supply of inexpensive and or free and or nearly free capital. And now you can see how, because we just showed you. If you have questions that you want to ask, send an email. If we don't get it answered in this session, Boyd at OTROFinancial.com, or Carol. I didn't get yours up there, Carol. I'm sorry.
Carol with a K at OTROFinancial.com.
AROL. Yeah. Okay, we'll hand it back to you, Tom, for any questions that have come up.
Thank you so much, Boyd and Carol, for taking the time to be with us to share your experience and expertise. We appreciate it. For those on the call, we will be sending out a replay of the presentation today, along with a copy of the actual deck. But also, if you have any questions, this is a good time to submit them in the chat window. And finally, just to share with you, if you're interested in becoming a mentor, you can scan this QR code on your mobile device. We would love to hear from you, explore your experience, and see how you can help your business community. So let's take a look and see if there's any questions in the chat window. There is one. Boy, I'm not sure if you can see it, from Fritz.
We'll open up
Let's
here.
see. Thank you all for joining. Okay. Mhm.
Good debt is money borrowed to purchase revenue generating assets.
Mm.
Yes. So for a small business, I need a website up and running. Would this be considered a good debt for me to create revenue? If you can directly correlate the website to generating revenue, then yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Don't go overboard. Look at the return on investment, but
Mhm.
you need to have at least a basic website up and running. So if you need to borrow some money for that, be careful. Don't borrow too much. But yeah, that's something going to help you generate revenue.
Great. Thank you for helping us with that question.
Mhm.
I don't see any other questions. And again, to those who remain on the call, you'll receive a link as well to provide your feedback on today's webinar. We'd love to hear from you. And also, if you have any suggestions for us on future topics, please share that information. With that, we are ready to close the webinar. Again, Boyd and Carol, thank you so much. We look forward to
Our
a future
pleasure.
webinar with you.
You're
Yes.
so welcome.
Thank you so much. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you.
You too.